you open. You like love sour, then you should come try my poison. She said, I grew up in the garden of Eden, and ever since then, my lying eyes are deceiving.
Okay, oh my god. YouTube has not decided it's going to kill us this morning. How are you guys doing? Let's get into it, shall we? Running a little bit late. Thank you guys for sticking around. There we go. Let's get going. So hopefully you can hear me. Can you guys hear me okay? Headphone is on. Webcam is on. This new thing they've put in where you have to hit the play button 3 times is annoying. Hey, good morning, Shedlexkey. Hey, Kaboom, Rooster, and Kitty, Dave Scare. What else we got here? We got Dirty Jaws in the house. All right. So, perfect. We're going to have a little bit of ASMR in Lego Fortnite this morning, where we listen to all the bricks click, click, click. I'm kidding, of course. I must apologize to everyone in advance. I did record this bit, so I will I'll have to let you guys see the rest of it at some point. I'll try to publish that. But I did finish Poe Dameron's X-Wing. Had no other choice. But with that out of the way, I also had to go ahead and build myself a brand new Rebel base. Hey, Barry Origin. This one is down on the beach. I found a nice little cavern. This one is more inspired by by the Rebel base at there we go. Forward a little bit and turn that. There we go. The Rebel base in Lego Fortnite. Not Lego Fortnite, in Fortnite right now. Come on. As soon as you touch it, it goes flying. Ridiculous. But this is the base. Down between, so it's a little underground base that we have going on. Let me give you a brief tour. I had to fly the two of my X-Wings in here. These mobile stairs are a pain in the butt. They're hard as hell to drive, but they're neat. Okay, and turn them. They're on a swivel, a control swivel, which causes havoc, but I can turn them around, etc. But anyway, over here we have the full build of Poe Dameron ship, which fits quite nicely in here. It's really interesting to see them side by side. By the way, you got the it really does look older and a lot more advanced when you have them side by side. Makes you really think that the Rebel Alliance was a ragtag fleet. This is the other set of stairs. This one is pushed around by hand, so nothing weird going on there. Just jump in, prep for takeoff, and go. I did use the yellow skids on the front for the strut, but on the back, this is actually inspired by Haskins. We now have these iron tables in the first order. If you bring up your first order, all of these are made of iron. So you can have different skids on different landing gear now. Because we never used to have anything made of iron before. In black. So according to the size of your ship, you can have different size landing gear. That doesn't work. This one is brilliant. So keep that in mind. Hey, Captain Jared. But anyway, this is the still in development Rebel base. The command center still has some work to do because it's trying to figure out the balance between rebel and first order machinery. Since this is kind of built by the New Republic, it really should be in use by both factions, probably just in different colors. Okay, I think I flew, didn't jump. Anyway, over here is the chassis for another X-wing being repaired or something. You got your workstations over here, a little bit of storage. I was working on a medical bay. Bacta tank, green Bacta, because I can't turn it any other color. And then back here is supposed to be living quarters. With, of course, stairs to go from the underside all the way up to the other base. So yeah, I will try to link them both, even if it's only through a set of stairs. So this is like a launch center. So yeah, that is it for the base. It's right down here. I will be building another one of these later in the week after we get through the Falcon. I was tempted to go through the build of this today, but I figured I wanted to get at least one of them taken care of. And we're going to need some place to park the Falcon, so we're going to need to go and build another one of these somewhere else. So we can do a whole tutorial on that. Of course, they're going to have smaller, sleeker, more easily hidden stuff in terms of bases and everything else than they would for the Empire. Empire is out there advertising their presence. So there's a bit of logic about how a rebel base would be formed, but it's just going to mean that we're going to have a lot more pieces to deal with when building a base, an underground base. Thanks for the reminder, Kaboom. I appreciate you, as always. Anyway, we are getting back to the Millennium Falcon this morning. Our diversion is... Hey, there's the bike. Our temporary diversion is over. This is Luthen's bike. Is it Luthen's bike? Yeah, this is the one he rescues Cassian on. I still really like this build. Oh my god, the seat glitch has been insane. Massively insane. Alright. Let's stop fooling around. Let's get back to the build. I was considering actually doing a complete reset on this after seeing some of the new parts and how they fit, but I've been trying to look at how, they can go together better. And on the back part here, we have this whole frame. It's all set up. And there are some areas where we're going to actually benefit from using some of these pieces may actually work in some cases. But at least that's upside down. But we have a few more slants to work with. Let me pull up the PDF here so we can have a nice look. No, that is the shuttle. I don't need the shuttle. I need the Millennium Falcon. One sec, guys. Millennium. Oh. Oh God. Is it all the way back here? Yep, it's all the way back here. Which one is this? Tell me this is the right one. Seems to be the right one. I mean, I hope everyone's had a good weekend. Yep, this is the right one. I didn't even know what page we're at, yo. But it does answer the question about the fork. See, we have a nice shape going on here. No, not you, Siri. Thank you. We have a nice shape going on here, so I'm going to have to try to extend that a little further. I was thinking about bringing these in so that I can get another one to the side, but that's going to limit the spacing for the back. Then this is a 6, so I need an 8 space. So I may have to bring this out a little bit and try to match these up better. All these choices that need to be made just to get the right shape. But these new pieces have made life so much easier. Of course, it's going to be a little bit more complicated in certain areas. Like up here, this slant is just wrong. But it's a slant. So we're going to have to figure something out and make it work. I think that new thing that I did with the machine blocks is going to come in useful. So this I started this before the update, and the update has come along and really changed a lot of what I had going. So this is one of the reasons why I was considering just doing a reset on this, because there are certain pieces that we can probably take huge advantage of without breaking the bank too much. Like the flooring and everything. We now have these new pieces that we can utilize. I had to do a lot of counting. A lot of counting. I'm still of two minds on it, to tell you the truth. This center drives me crazy because it's so small, but most of this ship right now is so dang small. I'm not used to the Millennium Falcon being this tiny. But it is what it is. Okay. So, let me find where I left off. Oh, okay. Well, you can always start building. And Kitty. Start building, I'll come help. Okay, so we got a bit of build-up going on. This is the part that really, really gets me right now. The fork area. I mean, I know we have like all this back area to build up. You know what? We need some light. So let's just get that out of the way first. Could drive me crazy otherwise. Light. So if you are a fan of my builds, you've seen my stream, you know that I have to have a source of light, because I will forget that night is here, and I'll keep on building, and most of the time you guys can't see. So this is why these scaffoldings tend to pop up. It's not for style or anything, me being all fancy and stuff. It's just I need to see what the heck I'm doing. you guys need to see what I'm doing as well. So, sure, sometimes it does end up looking pretty cool. But the scaffoldings can also offer additional support. Now, the spread on some of these lights is a bit insane, so as much as you would think the downward lights would be more useful, they usually aren't. So just grab some extra wood. There, nice and visible. There we go, a little bit of extra wood. Put it to the side so that you don't have to think about anything else. This is easy placement of lights. Oh, look at that. Sometimes birthday reminders remind you of people you've not spoken to in ages, and you really need to. One just popped up. It's one I hadn't thought about in months. There we go. Nice bright area. Let's make it a little brighter. We're going to widen the area. Yes, this is all necessary. So I'll be patient for a second here. Then we can get back into the build. If you can't see it, you can't build it. Then what even is the point? Alright, little bit of, here we go. Light 1, light 2, light 3, light 4, and 5. Remember, you don't have to overuse them. If you tend to overuse the lights, what you're going to see is that it's going to start getting a little blocky. It's terrible. Alright, here we go. You can see what's going on finally. So I can keep on working at night, and you guys can see what's going on as well. So perfect, right? Good solution. Oh, was that the destruction stream? Okay, what the heck? It's a lot of notifications. Oh, it's 9:02. Man, seriously, stop sending me messages at 9 o'clock. People are insane, yo. Alright. I've lost my screens. Okay. Let's see. Where are we? We're not at the fork. I'm going to ignore the fork for now, because the fork is a whole level of complication that I don't want to deal with. So we were dealing with another level of complication, which is it's 9:03. Please do not use all caps. If anything, you can use the @ to speak to someone, but it's not you need to use the all caps. All caps will get my attention, but not in a good way. Okay, Green Arrow. See you later. All right. Let's see. We are there. Okay, backing it up. So we have the side, this little side thing. This actually supposed to go down. So that's kind of interesting. What's going to happen when we build that up? Because it was supposed to be a little scoop on the bottom. $9 a.m. here. All right, let's see. We got that's built up. Then this area above. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, it's got some stuff going on inside here. It's all weird, man. Some of these things will work better in with Legos, because you can actually turn the 45-degree angles you need, where we have to go fight for those angles. So bear with me while I get my stuff together, because this one is calling for an angle. We don't have an angle. Oops. That's not a pickaxe. This is a pickaxe. Really? Can we do that instead? Huh. I think we're gonna have to kind of just take whatever this one is and work with it, because none of that makes sense, but that's okay. Haunted house. I can't stress enough how important it is to get the battle passes. Somebody was commenting about some of the pieces this morning, asking about the haunted house set and how they could get it. And the haunted house is one of the battle piece sets. And I know people have been kind of, what the heck? Been protesting about not spending money on Fortnite, but then they want to come along and kind of insist that we build like our bills to accommodate, and it's just not possible. I mean, it's hard enough to get the build done in the first place. Then I have to go and think about the free pieces. Good gosh. Not what I signed up for. I mean, appreciate the enthusiasm and everything, but the battle pass may be difficult for some people, and I understand that. Not shaming anybody. It's right there on the screen. The Mad Puck. Okay, let's see. We got this. Oh, I am missing this area. So, what do we have? How did I miss this entire thing? Oh, I think I was willfully ignoring it because we didn't have the piece before. But now that we do, everything changes. Yes. This was the moment he knew he had. Yes, first order. Come in useful or come in clutch. See, this is why I like using the a turn piece already as an anchor, because then I don't have to worry about a thing, because every little thing, I think it goes down one, it's gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing. Beside my doorstep, singing sweet songs, a melody pure and true. Singing, this is my message to you. Hoo-hoo. Get a little bit of Bob Marley in the morning. Can't go wrong with Bob. All right. I hope everyone's been enjoying the Galactic battle and has gotten a chance to do an aerial bombardment from the ISD, the Imperial. Oh my God, Star Destroyer. Sorry, losing my brain. Hey, let's go party. Caboose! Hey, Chris Carnage, what's up? Twitch has been given trouble. Every time I try to do, I do the stream from Twitch and YouTube, and this is only recently, I lose one of them, or I lose both of them, and it says that it's not doing it. So yes, I used to stream on both, but I've had to take a bit of a step back to try to figure out what the heck is going on, and I can't figure out what the heck is going on, man. They're not making it easy. I'm going to be completely honest there. They're not making it easy. So as much as I want to do both, I want to do both consistently, I can't, because one of them is going to fail. Hell, even Haskins has trouble with it as well. Like last week, his Twitch stream would just drop randomly. And believe me, it's the worst feeling in the world, because it's something that we can't control. Well, excellent. You guys are out there tearing it up. Gotta get your Star Destroyer. A little bit of Star Destroyer action. Good for you guys. See, there's this temptation right now to come in and just like tweak. I might just give into that temptation right now. Just tweak the size just a little bit. Oh yeah, I'm being tempted, alright. Let me see what else we can do here. This is off script. I do not recommend. Oh yeah. That's gonna be trouble. It's gonna be so much trouble. wonder. The bigger one. Nope, it doesn't do anything at all except that. Offers that's 2 layers, by the way. 2 layers. So it's not exactly a huge advantage. What this would need to do would have a scoop out, so it brings it right to the edge there. No, I haven't seen that that build. Was that on YouTube? Durburger. Durburger is back in the shop. I was actually trying to think if I could recommend Durburger, if there are any particular pieces in Durburger that I use on a daily basis, but man, they just keep changing things. I don't know, because they used to use the black pieces. It was like completely unheard of to try a build without the black pieces, but those black pieces have been replaced. Excuse me. Let's see. This is Friendly Neighborhood. Friendly Neighborhood has a slant. Let's see how big it is. Ermagerd. I think this one works. It's not perfect, of course, but heck yeah. Look at that thing. In fact, let's look at that thing a little bit more. And do the one thing I said I wasn't going to do. So I can bring that there, and then I can bring this here. Good God, it's like the perfect combination of pieces we finally have. I would have liked to get that tucked a little bit more. Let's try that. Let's try that solution. Get it tucked in. So behind there and right there. Even that's not bad. Yes, the orange pieces. The orange roof pieces are some of the best pieces from the Durburger set. I should do a proper exploration of the Durburger set at some point. Because I mean, I built the kit the other day when it came back in the shop, but didn't really explore it. No deep dives. I think that works pretty well. Rounds it out. Do you like the one on the inside or the outside better? That's the question. So that's the inside. Let's take a look at the outside. This is the outside. It does bulge it out. So that's a little suspect. But maybe we can actually get something in between. That would work better, but that would have to be on top or below. So we would be losing let's see the Raven's Roof slants. I kind of didn't like some of what they offered. It tend to be a little bit nasty in terms of flooring. Because they have all these different colors going on. It's wild in there. Ugh. this is like one of the times where I don't want my my Falcon to have purple pieces. There we go. Light my fire. That one's huge. Takes a lot of room. This is neighborhood. Not available to everyone. You need to have purchased that kit. And yeah, that's it. Raven, what else do you have for us? You got these pieces. Haven't used these for a while. These are great for armor. But that is it when it comes to slants. So that's unfortunate. Alright. Back to the task at hand. Hey, Ethan, if you could give me a link or something to see that that Star Destroyer, I'd love to see it. Okay, Aunt Kitty's off to the dock today. Aunt Kitty, you take care of yourself. And I hope that foot gets better, faster. T-Surin 03. I hope you spelled that right. T-Surin. T-S-U-R-R-R-I R-I-R-I-N 03. Okay. Japanese. Videos. Oh, that's a nice. Oh, I did see that one. He kind of it was a great shape and everything, but then he came to the bridge, and the bridge was, he just biffed the bridge so badly. I really wish he would have added a better bridge. It's just a single wall, and so I was a little disappointed. I mean, I saw the entire thing, and I was excited about it, but the bridge, man, the bridge. Those little details matter. Yes, I'm doing the full interior, so we're gonna be able to walk through and drive. Oh, hold on. Oh, bugger. That sucks. Alright, so that's a little too close. But the whole idea is that we're going to be able to drive. That's the entire idea here. See? So we can sit and we can fly. That's the entire idea behind this entire build. So now we can both sit. We do have some new consoles. I should probably try to get those in. But so yes, full interior here. Like I said, the center is going to be really, really tiny, but we should be able to walk around and get a good sense of space and everything else going on. So it's kind of important to actually have some solid walls and everything. It's going to be a lot lower than you expect. One of the things that I'm seeing in a lot of builds that people have done of the Falcon is that they go and they make the walls one wall high, and they end up being really tall. It's not that big. The ship is more like a 3/4. Yeah, as long as you keep an idea of your space, you should have a much better idea of how it's going to be used properly. So anyway, I could come back to this. Where's my... Sorry, I'm messing around with the shape there. I should finish this up. So you know what? 9:24. Let's at least finish up the... What's it called? The front of the ship. The cabin. Cockpit. The cockpit. That's what it's called. It's called the cockpit. Because we got the top here. Let's see the placement for these bits. You come over here. Oh, really? That's interesting. So they've done something quite... Sorry, I have to look at what they did here. The back of the ship. They've actually taken it and done a whole jagged thing. Where the heck were they going with this? How does that even begin to work? So 1. No, can't work there. Is that 3? Okay, okay, with a 6 it can work. 6 is the only way it can work. This is literally from the instruction there. That they actually have this built in as it is. So this will give us a little bit of hope. We don't have to do some crazy stuff. Barry Origin. What is Barry Origin? Yeah, they did release a newer Razor Crest. It's the UCS, the Ultimate Collection series. It's actually longer. The original one is about this long. The newer one gives full length to the entire ship, and it spans it a lot further. So that's what I'm building over there, the UCS version. So we're going to come back to that after the Falcon. I'll definitely take a picture and send it on Discord. I want to see that. Oh, it's like $600. So yeah, a lot more expensive. I mean, it's a UCS version. The Ultimate Collectors series. So they tend to jack up the prices on those guys. Alright, where is the Falcon? Sorry, where's the cockpit? Let me see the cockpit. Okay, that's the front. Come on, we were on the cockpit before. Ah, here we go. And then we put this at the bottom. Oh, so we never reached the top yet. That's why. Give me 1 second. If it's one thing to get us a little bit focused, it's at least finishing one part, because right now a lot of it feels so unfinished, and it's all these tiny little pieces that they want us to use. And I'm gonna have a hell of a time on the excuse me, on, oh, it's clear glass. Heck with that. Clear glass. So we have to kind of make our own way. Let's see. So we got to turn upside down first things first. Let's just do that, shall we? And let's demonstrate how we can actually have a nice looking Millennium Falcon cockpit that does not depend on any preformed pieces, but it does need you to have this one kit, which is the downside of it. So apologies for that. If you don't have the Haunted House kit, you're kind of screwed. So, like I said, I do apologize, but get those battle pass. I can't be responsible for everyone's lack of purchases, or hell, anyone's lack of purchases apart from my own. So 1, 2. One, 2, 3. So you get a little tricky now because we got to go halfway up. So we have to go up in order to take this up as well, because to get halfway you need some place to go to. There, that should do it. So now we're on the upper part of this. Everything's upside down, so let's continue that, shall we? Now that should put us, yeah, perfect. Right there. That's where we want to be. Oh. All right. At least it lines up perfectly. So the top part, we're going to have to turn those pieces in a different way. Did not mean to do that. Okay, there we go. So you, come here, my friend. There we go, first part. What is the more, okay, so let's get part to it. More difficult building I've done. Most difficult. That's a good question. I don't actually have an answer for that. The most difficult build I've ever done. I'm thinking it would have to be the I think it's the ATAT, the first version of the ATAT, the second version of the ATAT, because I had to figure out everything on my own. There's no guide. It was all about just trying to see how far I could take it, and it was within brand new technique. So I didn't know where it was going to stop me, if it was going to actually begin to break at some point. There were a lot of areas that a lot of problems with the technique that I discovered during the process. So it was worthwhile, but it was still very difficult. So for that reason, it was like the hardest. All right, we're gonna have to go halfway through there. Ooh, lower. Okay, now we gotta figure out the middle piece. How we can get that middle piece all the way up. So we need one more. Right. 46 meters. No, well, it depends. 46 meters isn't that big. Remember, this ship is only 17 meters. The original shape of this was 25 meters. That's the original length. So I'm 10 meters short. Helicarrier should be about 75 to 100 meters long. But thankfully, you don't have the scale of a star destroyer to deal with. This is 25 meters long. So this is what 25 meters looks like. If your helicarrier is only twice the length of this, it's tiny. It's not going to be much of carrying much of anything. So just bear that in mind. If your carrier is tiny, well, tiny's tiny. Tiny is as tiny does. All right, I think one more layer for this. Then we really got to start bringing in, but check it out. We're going to have the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon. Maybe for the first time ever in the game. A proper cockpit. Only way we can get anything thinner is if they actually give us some 1x1s. Yeah, actually it would fly at 76 meters. It would fly. It's not going to fly very fast. But just consider that the helicarrier is not supposed to fly fast. It's not supposed to speed across the skies. It's an aircraft carrier in the sky. So expect it to be slow. Plan for it to be slow. Consider the function of what you're building rather than your own need for speed. He's got a need for speed. All right, and that little hump. What are we gonna do about you, little hump? Though, Rooster, I'm not gonna give any advice on that front. I'm just gonna say, you know, be careful. Aircraft can go in aircraft. Do not put wheels. You put wheels and it's going to fall down. You put an aircraft on top of another aircraft. You got to be careful for a little bit of complexity. Some things are not meant to be kept. Okay? If you want to keep them, have no risk, then by all means. But some things aren't meant to be kept. You build it, you get what you want from it, and then you have to move on. And that's just the sad reality of it. Sometimes the game doesn't want us to keep certain things. The game is jealous. It is fickle. That's the sad reality of it. Six. Huh. Interesting. Fairly interesting. I think we can do one more. I think we're going to have to go flat with those pieces and bring them down. Maintain the look. It's 9:43. We've got 15 minutes left. Yep. As soon as you put wheels on the ship, any floating things, if oh my god, don't put wheels on your flying ship. If you are worried about it doing damage, the wheels used to be an old trick. It's a very, very old trick that we used to do to make sure that they wouldn't break. Here is the thing with ships that are going to land on the ground. The first point of contact, if this landed here, the first point of contact that hits the ground is the one that's going to take damage. It doesn't matter how many tires you have on the bottom. It's the first point of contact, which is the point of having landing gear in the first place. So we used to take sorry, I gotta pause it. We used to take the tires and put them on because the tires took no damage at all when they would hit the ground. So people were like, oh, okay, that's perfect. Since tires are the one thing that doesn't take damage. Things they didn't realize why they were putting the tires there. It was just like, oh, wait a minute, tires stop the thing from taking damage because the tire was the point of contact, and it was the first thing that hit the ground, and it was so strong it didn't take any damage. It takes one. Oh, look at that. With that tire, it takes one hit. Big tires take more hits. I've never tried these for landing gear. Don't use it for landing gear. So, with that same logic, things that don't take damage, go through your catalog, and you will find that you have a couple of things that don't take damage, because the durability has now been raised. These are metal. They take 3 hits from an axe to break. If you have these on the bottom of your ship, these will look more like skids. You can hide these a lot better. Believe me, you don't, like on an X-wing, you don't want big tires at the bottom of an X-wing. It's just ugly as hell. This is ugly. It's ugly too. But now with the new kit, they have introduced some iron tables. Most of the first order parts are made of metal. See, this one has metal plate inside. Metal plate. Metal plate. Metal plate. You can add these to the bottom of any build. Turn it upside down. This one is great. This is what I've used on the bottom of Poe's ship as landing gear. I use a combination, but these are all made of metal. This one's not root. Go through your inventory and you'll see what is there. But with stuff like this, you have more options available to you. Durasteel. I don't know how strong Durasteel is, but if you can make a landing gear out of this, why the heck not? That's an interesting strut. I could probably use that on the side of a TIE fighter. Marble slab. Marble slab takes a lot more damage. You can use marble slabs pieces if you have any floor pieces, for instance, that take. I know Daily Bugle has these made of marble and these made of marble. These will be much better on the bottom of your ship because this is the first point of contact, and these take usually 2 hits to destroy. They're harder to destroy. So know your materials. It's not about having tires on the bottom, which is ugly as sin, but having something that is the first point of contact that when it hits the ground, it takes the damage and it doesn't break. That is it for landing gear. So this is your that's your tutorial on landing gear at 9:48. Okay, later. Okay, Rooster, have a good day. KLC, you're having lots of adventures. The vehicle base number 1? No, actually don't. No, those are trash. Every single one of the vehicle bases are trash. Seriously. Platform bumper, vehicle bumper, these crumble instantly. As soon as you hit the ground, I used to make my landing gear out of these and they would break constantly. None of these is worth what they're made of. They need to actually upgrade these so they're made of metal. This will crumble as soon as you look at it. It is made of granite. That is it. And it's not very durable. Even this one, this one is supposed to take one of these here. I forget which one it is. One takes 2 hits to destroy, and the other takes 1 hit. Let's see. That is 1 hit. This is 2 hits. This still crumbles. Do not use these as any kind of landing gear. Trust me on this. I used to try to build my my landing gear, my landing platforms that I would try to land my TIE fighters on out of those pieces. Then this came along. I would have to be constantly repairing these and reinforcing them with multiple pieces. This crumbles. Has metal in it. It does not, it takes the damage from the impact and then it stops. It doesn't take any more damage than that. So know your pieces. And don't use shoddy materials on landing gear or wheels. Anyway, there. Okay, so back to the Falcon. Let's just get this all wrapped up. I'm going to. Sorry, I had to take a break there to take care of that bit of diatribe. I'm sorry. I just want you to make sure that you're using the best materials for building, and not selling yourself short. Because we do that sometimes. And I know your friend says this, your friend says that, but I've tested it. I don't have just opinions. I have Fortnite science behind me. So trust me or trust your friend. Take your pick. I trust me. All right, let's see. Haunted house. Let's get this out of the way. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Here you are. Thank you. Welcome back. It's the first point of contact. Okay, first point of contact. Only the thing that hits first is going to take damage. Nothing else. So if you have something else that's harder that you may not know about, that's going to hit first. That's going to be the thing that's going to take all of the impact and take the damage. Is that kind of like the law of conservation? Conservation of energy. Oh, dang. Okay. That's maybe a little problematic. So, let's get you down and across. If it falls face first, it means that your balloons are out of alignment. Your back balloons are higher than the front balloons, and you have no vertical balloon set, so it is always going to fall face forward. I wish we could have a better slant on that, but I think that's going to have to be it. It'd probably be better suited if it was one to the sides rather than the middle. Because that kind of blocks the entire field of view. But that does look nice. It is 9:55. I'm going to have to say goodbye soon because work has already been texting me. So it's going to be one of those mornings. So I want to thank you guys right now, starting early, for coming by and hanging out. Thank you for being such a great audience. You know, listening for me yammer on. Hope you've learned something new. If you haven't learned anything new today, then you know that's okay. I just try to impart any of the tricks that I have learned, share with you guys. I stream every day from 8:30 a.m. till 10 a.m., which is when I have to run off to work. And it's always a live stream here in Lego Fortnite. Always epic builds. This is going to be Millennium Falcon week as we head into week 5 of the Galactic. Yeah, boy. Galactic battle with Fortnite. Galactic battle event. And we are building the Millennium Falcon. And if that's not one of the best cockpits that you have ever seen for the Falcon, then I'm doing something wrong. Anyway, thank you so much. I'm the MadPuck66. If it's the first time here, please leave a like, follow, and subscribe. Do all the YouTube things. As for everybody else who's been coming back and following the adventures, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. And I will see you guys in the next stream tomorrow. So take care. We're going to keep on building more Falcon. So I will see you guys later.
You over, you like love sour, then you should come try my poison. She said, I grew up in the Garden of Eden, and ever since then, my lying eyes are deceived.